Legacy isn't just something you inherit, it's something that you live. It's the weight of a name, the echo of a voice, and the challenge of carrying something so much bigger than yourself, but still remembering who you are meant to be. Family Legacy returns to Paramount Plus, pulling back the curtain on the children of hip hop legends as they navigate what it means to grow up surrounded by greatness. Let's take a quick look at the trailer.
My first words were Wu-Tang. It's not just music, this is family.
I just really love my dad.
I'm so honored to be joined by Power and Chey, the children of Method Man and the stars of Family Legacy.
Hi.
Hello. Power, I want to start with you. There's a moment in every child's life when they stop seeing their parent as just mom or dad and they start realizing how the world sees them, something larger than life. When was that moment for you, and how did it change the way that you viewed your father?
I'd probably say that moment changed for me around like the age of 19 when I started like really diving into hip hop culture more and falling in love with the music and just seeing like, how people gravitated towards my dad. And that was also around the time where the whole 25th anniversary thing was coming off with Wu-Tang and the show and the doc and just seeing like, the flowers my father was getting. I was like, yo, my dad isn't just like a one and done 90s rapper kind of guy. Like he's not just a dude these people forgot about. Like my dad is a legend. He's important. So that's when it really clicked for me. Because before then it was just like, that's my dad. He's a rap dude. You know, that's what it is. So
Yeah,
then
and a legend he is. Shy, people see the Method Man they grew up with, but like you said, Power, he's a legend, he's an artist, an icon, but Shy, you see the man who tucked you into bed at night, who read you books, who showed up for you when the cameras were off. What's one thing about him that the world doesn't know, but how he shaped who you are today by raising you into the woman you are?
Me and my dad have a lot of commonalities from our initials to our oral fixation with like sucking our thumb as kids and stuff like that. So a lot of the things people don't see is my dad, he's cool, he's chill, but when it comes to me, it's a different person. You can even ask him, like it's a different person. And I just we have that bond. I love my dad so much. Everybody has their bond, but we got a bond, you know.
Daddy's girl, I got you.
Exactly.
And this question is for either or both of you. This show isn't just about telling your father's story, it's telling yours as well. Sitting down for these interviews, kind of reliving these memories and moments, sharing your own personal truth and testimony. What was the most emotional or unexpected moment for either of you during filming the show?
for me, honestly, I believe when I was asked about my cousin Intel, who is the son of You God, when I
He's
was
also
asked
featured.
about he's also featured in episode two. When they asked me about his shooting as a kid, because he was involved in an incident where he got caught by a stray bullet at 2 years old, was paralyzed for 6 months, lost a part of his spleen, uh, lost a
Kidney,
kidney,
yeah.
a whole bunch of stuff. And I've never really been asked how did I feel about that. And in that moment, it really did hit me. And I actually did shed tears because it hit me that he's my mentor. And if it wasn't for him, I probably would have never took rap as serious as I do. Because he was the first one that sat down and was like, yo, I can rap. Like, and I really like it. Like, how does it sound? And he was the first person to be like, yo, do this. So in that moment, it was just like, yo, if I would have lost him, I wouldn't be in that spot right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wouldn't be the man I am today. I wouldn't even know where I would be at.
Shout out to Intel, definitely.
Word.
For me, it would have to be because we both shed some tears, as you guys are going to see in episode one in Family Legacy. For me, it was MTV. They surprised us with clips that we had never seen before of our dad when he was younger, and different like clothes I remember, and like the ice pick chain that he used to wear, and different things like that. And then at one point, when my dad, he did Cribs, was it Cribs or The Diary?
The
The Diary. He did Diary of Method Man, and I was 2 or 3 years old, and I came walking out of that house on that video, and I just started bawling because I remember the house. I remember just having my dad there, my brother. Things were different then, and just being an adult sucks. So I was just like, I want to go back to that. Like, can I jump in the screen or something? So that was definitely emotional for me.
Wow. No, I can only imagine what that was like, seeing your younger self. If you could go back and talk to your younger self, the kids who were just starting to understand the magnitude of who your dad was and your own purpose, because you guys were growing up in all of this too, what would you tell them? What would you want the world to know about the journey of being a child of legends and icons like your dad, Method Man?
That it's no different than your everyday life. It's really normal, man. It's just, yeah, we were blessed with opportunities to see things that everyday people don't get to see, but we wake up to mom and dad just like you.
Right.
Like whether they're famous or not, they took care of us when we were sick. They took us to school. They made sure we had good grades. They made sure we had clothes. It was just normal, for real. I just tell myself like, I don't know.
Life.
Yeah.
So my younger self, I would definitely, because I went through a lot as a girl, the only girl. Me and my brother, we were very close in age, so we kind of went with the same friend groups. But there was still like a lot of people that, they would look at us like, why do you go to my school?
Yeah.
Why don't you go to why don't you live in California? Why don't you live in Hollywood? Your dad is this, and this. But I would tell myself that if I don't feed into what they want me to be, then I'll have a smooth, not that it wasn't smooth, but I will have a smoother childhood, instead of trying to impress people with proving my regularness, for lack of a better word. It's like, we're all just human. We go into the same school. I failed the math test and you did, girl. My dad don't have nothing to do with that. So I don't know what to tell
That part.
you. Right.
I'm curious to ask both of you, did filming this show help you, either of you, kind of work through any of those pressures you felt to be Method Man's children? Because the world views children of icons differently. They think they have an understanding of what it might be like, but there can be a lot of pressure and difficulty in your position as a young kid. And even now, what's a memory you have from growing up that kind of would reshape our understanding, listeners and people watching Family Legacy, of who you are today?
For me, it would be just like, I'm a concert lover, no matter what kind of concert it is. And some of our first shows were Wu-Tang shows and Method Man and Redman shows. So seeing the difference between our dad at home and the superstar that's on the stage is definitely like life changing. Definitely life changing. So that's, for me, that was one of the things that is like, ooh, like something is going on here, and I'm gonna stick with it because I like it. We used to perform. He was the rapper of the group, and I used to be the singer. And I had my little Barbie radio and my microphone, and he would put on his 3 layers of do rags and bandanas for whatever reason, and he would be like, "Yo, yo, yo,"
Play
and
music.
I'm in the back
Throw
like, "Yeah."
concerts in the house.
Yeah, we would definitely throw concerts.
Yeah.
For me, that was like our earliest memories of really doing music ourselves, even though it was little and funny. I remember that.
Yeah, I would say that definitely was a memory that'll tell me to shape the person that I am today. 'Cause I definitely love, doing what I do as far as music, performing, and just. Being in that space.
I love that. Thank you both so much for sharing that. Power and Shy, it was just an honor to speak with you both today. I'm wishing you all the best. Family Legacy is now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Just make sure y'all watch that.